So, corporate, yung corporate liquidation, ano to eh, hmm, uh, magandang topic din to, no? So, marami tayong matututunan dito, no? Kasi parang karuktong to ng, ano, ng financial, sa financial accounting, yung trouble debt restructuring. So, minsan kapag ang company nasa financial difficulty, so marami silang ginagawa eh. Pwedeng ah pwede sila makiusap doon sa creditors na baka pwede i- i-extend ah yung yung credit terms. So pero bawasan yung interest. So yun nga yung trouble debt restructuring. So kung hindi na umubra yun, maghanap ka naman din ng investor. So yung investor, kaya lang kung ikaw naman yung investor, hindi ka naman basta mag-i-invest sa isang company kung makikita mo na hindi maganda yung financial statements. Lalo na yung retained earnings negative or meron kang deficit. So isa sa remedy ng corporation, papasok sila magkakaroon sila ng ano eh, yung quasi reorganization. Yung quasi reorganization, meron silang yung mga revaluation of the assets, then yung naging revaluation i-conclusion sa retained earnings. So up to zero. So para maging ang purpose, maging zero yung retained earnings. So mas magandang tingnan kaysa doon sa negative balance yung retained earnings. So para makanap sila ng investor. Kung wala naman, kung insufficient din, meaning wala silang sufficient asset, their asset is less than their liabilities, wala nang way na ano. So papasok, mas makakaano na sila sa liquidation, no? Magkakaroon na ng liquidation, corporate liquidation. So ito nga yun, no? So pag corporate liquidation, so parang wala na tayong going concern, quitting concern na to. So iba na yung presentation ng mga assets. So under kasi sa financial accounting, meron tayong going concern. Assets are nasa reflected on or reported in the financial statements using their historical costs. So, common yon yung mga historical, no? Pero under quitting concern, so parang lahat yan at fair value. So parang baliwala na yung mga book value. So, okay. So meron tayong statement of affairs, an accounting statement that provides the relevant information for a liquidating company. Okay, statement is a legal document prepared for the bankruptcy court. So, so this is also yung statement of affairs is a financial statement that emphasizes liquidation values and provides the relevant information for the trustee in liquidating the debtor corporation. So pumapasok dito yung trustee, no? Doon pinapasa yung asset and liability. So parang ito yung naging administrator. It also provide information that may be useful to creditors and to the bankruptcy court. Okay, so uh, under corporate liquidation, assets are no longer classified as current or non-current. So ang classification natin ngayon ng asset are yung are fully ano siya nung asset secured, yung mga sa fully secured liability or partially secured liability. Ganon din sa liability, no? Kung priority creditors, the or uh, partially secured and fully secured or unsecured liabilities. So, yung historical costs are also included in the statement for reference purposes. So, ito yung sample natin. The following information was taken from the statement of affairs by Unlucky Corporation to the bankruptcy court. So, meron tayo rito, okay. So, these are the balances. Ito. You will notice, ang book value nasa left side, and then yung realizable value nasa right side. Minsan may problem, no? Minsan may mga problem na hindi laging at market value yung ang ginagamit, no? Kasi meron tayong sa actual practice kasi kahit yan yung market value. Kaya lang minsan rush ang ang ko-consider natin yung kung magkano yung naging proceeds from sale. So, kung given yung ganun, magkaiba ang proceeds from sale tsaka doon sa market value, yung proceeds from sale ang masusunod. Sa inyong na yun na yun yung naging naibenta ng ganong amount, no? Kasi minsan kahit na yan yung market value, yun nga yung market value, nagmamadali naman tayo. Gusto natin i-rush yung bentahan. So, may bebenta mo siya ng mas mababa. Okay, dito naman tayo again. So, nag-start tayo sa pledge for fully secured creditors. Ito yung land. Yung land is asset pledge to fully secured creditors. So, with 200,000 and with 220,000. And then, secured to fully secured creditors of 200,000 and mortgage and interest payable of 5,000. So, 205,000. So, yung excess, 15,000. 220 minus 205. So, yung 15,000 na yan, available yan sa unsecured creditors, including the priority creditors. Susunod, yung asset pledge to partially secured creditors. Okay, ang book value 175 but the fair value is 100. So yung 100 ang kinukuha natin dito. And then yung secured yung partially secured liabilities, the notes payable with interest ang total 130,000. So wala nang magiging available, no? Negative balance na 'to eh. So wala nang available to unsecured creditors. So zero. And then for the cash, yung marketable securities, ito yung book value. So medyo tumaas siya, 19,880. Inventories, 75,000. Prepaid. Ang prepaid, no? Ang common sa corporate liquidation. Wala nang value ang prepaid in case of liquidation. Wala na siyang value. Kasi mga yan eh. Halimbawa, prepaid rin. Nag-ano ka eh. Hindi naman pwedeng isoli agad yung pera sa'yo. No? So meaning, i-write off mo na siya. Equipment. Ito yung equipment net, intangible. So ipagdating sa intangibles, example, goodwill. Yung goodwill, in case of liquidation, wala na ring value. So kaya, i-write off mo na rin siya. Kaya dito, zero siya. No? Yung realizable value, hindi mo siya may bebenta. So these are the total available for priority and unsecured creditors. So total available to unsecured creditors. Kasi yung medyo nakakalito dito sa corporate liquidation, yung term na unsecured creditors, minsan, para lang talaga siya doon sa yung unsecured, pure unsecured, na hindi priority, na non-priority. No? Kasi, pero ang term na unsecured, parang sa kung literal, pati yung uh, pati yung priority, unsecured yun eh. Wala ka namang ginamit na doon eh, na asset para secured yun, no? So, unsecured din siya. Available for unsecured. So, medyo yun yung nakakalito minsan dito sa corporate liquidation. So, titingnan natin, dalawa yung possible answer kapag ang tinanong, unsecured. So, depende kasi doon sa pinagkuhanan ng exam. Meron kasing pinabanggit na yung unsecured creditors is for the non-priority. So, okay. Kasi actually, pati yung portion of the partially secured, yung hindi mababay, hindi kasama sa secured, unsecured na rin yun eh. Maging unsecured na rin. So, dito, okay. So, ito yung available to unsecured creditors, including the priority. So, last natin yung priority creditor, liabilities. Sino-sino ba yung priority liabilities? Number one, employees. Yung mga payable mo sa employees, yung salaries. no? So kahit na nalulugi yung company, dapat bayaran mo yung empleyado, yung mga services rendered ng employees. Also, yung government agencies, yung mga taxes, yung mga SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, na lalo na kung withheld galing yun sa empleyado. Galing sa empleyado, kinuha mo, binawas mo sa sahod, oh, lalo na yon, no? Mas ano yon, priority yon. Also, uh, yung administrator, yung ibabayad mo sa administrator. Yung halimbawa, yung CPA or yung trustee na mag-aayos ng ano, hindi man papayag yung ano ng hindi naman papayag yung CPA na hindi siya bayaran. Siya yung mag-aayos ng ano ng liquidation. So priority 'yun. Kasama 'yun sa priority creditors. So ito ang total available for unsecured creditors. So dito na yung pag sinabi mong total unsecured creditors, included na rito yung uh, yung portion of the partially secured creditors. So we have the estimated deficiency. So marami tayong computation, maraming formula na gagawin tayo sa estimated deficiency. Basically, ang estimated deficiency, ito yung hindi mababayaran eh. Yung hindi mo mababayaran. So, sa shareholders equity, ang ang retained earnings kapag nag-negative, ang tawag natin doon deficit. Pero kapag lumaki na mas malaki na ang deficit, mas malaki ang negative balance kaysa doon sa sa paid up capital or do sa share capital, deficiency na yon. Ibig sabihin, meron ka ng negative shareholders equity. Yun yung deficiency. Ito rin yun. Kaya lang, naidagdag na rito yung losses doon sa sale ng asset, ng net asset. So yun yung magiging total estimated deficiency, yung hindi mababayaran sa mga creditors. Or minsan yun yung ano fair value of the asset minus yung liabilities. So, yun, yung difference, yun na yun. So, ito yung mga priority creditors. So, yung wages payable, property taxes payable. Okay, so nagbabago rin yung pati yung wages payable, 75 to 60. Ang property taxes, so depende sa assessment. Ayan. So, nagkakaroon din ng changes. So, yung fully secured, ito, yung mortgage, ito rin yung nasa taas. So, dinadaanan natin kasi gagawa natin to ng ano, no? Ito, yung requirement, prefer the journal entries. Although meron na rito na uh, solution, determine the estimated amount payable per peso of unsecured non-priority liability. So, ito yun, 77,880 divided by 236,000. Yung 77,880, nakikita natin dito yun. Ito yung available to unsecured creditors. Dito, no? Ito yung 77,880. No? So, 77,880 divided by 236,000. So, ito yung 236,000 din, no? Ito, yung total. 236,000. So, yun yung magiging available to unsecured creditors. Meaning, meron kang 77 pesos for every 236 pesos na liability. Yung fully secured, magkano marireceive? So, dapat, ang marireceive ng fully secured, kung magkano yung liability. Hindi kung magkano yung fair value of the asset. No? Kasi sobra yung yung selling price ng asset. The fair value of the asset is greater than the amount of liability. So ang makukuha lang talaga ng fully secured creditors yung amount of liability, hindi yung value ng asset. Okay, so dito yung partially secured, ang partially secured will receive. So dito ang partially secured natin is ito, no? 130 ang liability. So meron kang 100,000 na pambayad. So yung remaining 30 magiging unsecured. So dito, no? Ito yan. Kaya meron tayong 100,000 plus 30,000 multiplied by 33 centavos. So equals 109,900. While the priority 100% ng ano no ng liability dito 72,000. And the non-priority, we will use only the dividend per peso of 33 multiplied by the total liability. So 67,980. So another requirement dito solve tayo ng or journal entries. Gawa tayo ng journal entries. So, actually maraming ano okay. Marami akong formula na tuturo sa inyo na napakasimple. Pag natutunan niyo to, ang dali-dali, no? Yung computation ng corporate liquidation. Maya-maya, unahin natin yung journal entries. Okay. So, ang mangyayari nito, yung corporation instruct na dapat meron kang administrator or mag-a-assign ng court ng mag-aayos ng corporate liquidation. Usually is mga CPA or lawyer. So, ito yan, no? So, meaning yung all asset and liabilities of the corporation ita-transfer sa trustee, no? So ngayon magre-record si trustee, meron siyang recording, merong recording din ang corporation. So ang kailangan natin gagawa tayo ng journal entry to record, no? Ito, no? To record the above transaction sa books ng Unlucky Corporation and on the books of the trustee. Ito ba na-discuss niyo na nung undergrad, nung or tinitingnan ko baka mamaya boring sa inyo yung topic eh. Na-discuss niyo na ba to before sa inyo? Hmm. Sumagot naman kayo para maintindihan ko. Okay. Nandiyan pa ba kayo?
Yes po.
Kabisado niyo yung journal entries? Yeah. Saan pa ako? Ito. Gawa natin ng journal entries. Okay. So, basically, pag ginawa mo ng journal entries, ang gagawin muna natin, so all liabilities debit, all asset is credit. So, yun lang muna. Yun ang basic, no? So, books of, gawa tayo. Books of unlucky. Dito ko na lang ilagay. Mhm. Okay. Uh, mhm. Isa na lang. Sige. Delete columns na lang. So, books of unlucky. Books of unlucky. So, journal entries, no? Gagawa tayo ng journal entries. So, unahin natin lahat ng liability. Ito yung mga liability. Mortgage payable, interest payable, notes payable. Ito, no? So, debit, mortgage payable. Tinatanong ko, alam nyo ba itong mga journal entries na to? Para pwede nating i-skip to. Kasi para doon na ako sa problem solving natin. Skip ko na lang to. Ha? Ah, sige. Skip ko na lang muna. Balikan na lang natin. Inisip ko baka boring sa inyo kasi itong topic eh. Kung alam nyo na. No? Um, ito yung ibang topic. So basically, mayroon tayong, magkikreate tayo ng account dito eh. No? Yung trustee account, tsaka yung estate equity account. And then dito, we have the mhm, statement of realization. So ito naman, madali lang din to. No? Yung may mga technique lang din tayo rito. Paano ginagawa to. And then, madali lang yan. Okay. So, ito para matutunan nyo to, mas madali. Parang ano ka lang nito eh. Ah, ang ang sa corporate liquidation, yung asset and liabilities mapupunta sa trustee. So, kaya lang may mga asset tayo na hindi naman saleable doon sa condition niya at yung present condition. So, kinakailangan merong i-continue yung process. Halimbawa, ah factory ka ng table, no? Factory ng table na pumasok sa corporate liquidation. So, dahil inutos ng court, stop yung operation, yung trustee na ang magko-continue, no? So, ang mangyayari noon, yung corporation ipapasa kay trustee ah, yung operation, no? So, siya na yung nasa kanya na yung asset and liabilities. So, minsan yung asset hindi siya saleable sa ganung condition na kailangan i-process. Halimbawa, table. Nagpa-process ka ng table or nagpo-produce ka ng table. Hindi mo maibebenta yung table ng ganun lang na hindi siya tapos. Kasi unless, so mangyayari noon, ah parang work in process siya, no? Nasa work in process. So kung halimbawa wala pang pintura, hindi pa talaga saleable. So ang gagawin ah, ni trustee is ito continue niya yung ano. So pwedeng bumili siya ng additional assets or uh, mag-incur siya ng mga additional expenses. So ito 'yon, no? So uh, ito yung solution eh. Meron tayong total asset to be realized. So yung total asset to be realized, ito yung asset na na-receive mo from corporation. Kung ikaw yung trustee, total asset to be realized. Tapos, si trustee bumili ng additional asset. Sabi ko nga, kailangan ng i-continue niya yung production. So, pwede mag-incur siya or magkaroon siya ng kailangan bumili ng additional materials to complete. So, ito yung total asset acquired. No? Nasa liquidation ka na, bumibili ka pa. Total asset realized. So, kung titingnan natin to, yung total asset to be realized, tsaka yung total asset acquired, parang yung 84,000 dito, parang yun yung total available for sale. Parang total available for sale. Binebenta mo na. So, kaya lang dito, yung total asset realized, so ito yung napagbentahan mo. Ito yung naging benta. 42,000. Yung total asset na realized, ito naman yung katumbas ng ending inventory na hindi mo na ibenta. Oh, 20,000. So dito lumalabas, ito na lang yung value ng property. 20,000 na lang. Ito na yung proceeds from sale, no? Yung doon sa naibenta. So meaning, meron tayong loss na 22,000. Yung total liabilities to be liquidated, ito naman yung liabilities na pinasa ni corporation kay trustee. Total liabilities liquidated. To be liquidated. Yung total liabilities assume. So nag-incur ng additional liabilities ang trustee. Minsan may lumulutang na liabilities eh. No? May mga lumulutang na liabilities na habang tumatagal. So, total liabilities assumed. Ito yun. Ito yung total liabilities. And then, parang lalabas yung 53,000, that your total payable. Yung total liabilities liquidated, ito na yung nabayaran. Yung not liquidated, yung hindi pa nabayaran. So, ito na yung so far. So minsan parang naka-discount ka pa rito doon sa total liabilities liquidated, no? Hindi mo na so 40,000. Meron tayong gain. So supplementary credits, so usually ito yung mga sales, no? Debits, so yung mga expenses or charges, yung cost of goods sold. So ito yung gain. So kaya ganyan lang 'yan. So punta tayo sa isang problem solving dito na para ma-appreciate yung corporate liquidation. Madali lang. Okay, so ibang magandang problem unahin ko. Naghahanap ako ng yung pinakamagandang problem na madali niyong maintindihan yung corporate liquidation. So, siguro yung problem number one. Mhm. Problem number one. Bagay, pwede rin. Hmm. Teka. Okay. Ha? Sige, problem number one muna tayo. Ito. The following information was taken from the statement of affairs filed by liquidated corporation to the bankruptcy court on July 31. So, ang assets, ito, no? Uh, meron tayong assets na fully secured creditors. Book value 750, but the fair value is 600. And the amount of liability is 550. Kaya fully secured because the fair value of the asset is greater than the amount of liability. So, kaya mababayaran fully yung liabilities. Partially secured creditors. Okay. Parang ito pledge to ano to partially secured eh. Hindi, dapat to partially secured. Partially secured creditors. So yung merchandise inventory with a book value of 375, the realizable value is 290. So naka-pledge siya sa notes payable with interest of total of 330. So meron siyang uh, deficiency na 40,000. So yun lang muna. So ang technique natin sa corporate liquidation, ganito lang kasimple. Gagawin ko. Um, mm, i-ano ko muna rito. Yes, ito. Tikahol lang siya, no? Ito. Pag natutunan niyo ito, napakadali ng corporate liquidation. So, meron tayong assets. Ito, assets. Ito yung liabilities. Asset liabilities. So, unahin nating pagbabanggain yung asset pledge to yung mga fully secured creditors, no? Asset pledge to fully secured creditors. So, fully secured creditors to. So, yung asset minus liabilities. Magkano yung asset? Ito. Ang asset is 600. Ang liabilities 550. So, lagyan muna natin dito. So, meron tayong 600,000 minus 550,000. So pag binayaran mo yung fully secured creditors from the asset pledge from fully secured creditors, meron tayong remaining asset of 50,000. So 50,000 yan. And then yung partially secured creditors naman, pagbanggain natin yung asset and liabilities. Okay, ang asset dito is 290, ang liabilities 330. So, kaya pagdating dito, meron tayong 290 and 290,000 minus 330,000. So, ang remainder 40,000. Kaya lang this is liabilities. Okay. Liabilities dito 40,000. Susunod. Sunod natin yung free assets. Ako yung free assets, binabangga ko yan sa priority. Free asset minus priority creditors. No. Ito yung kanina kasi ito asset pledge to fully secured creditors minus so yung magka-partner, no. Yung isa naman partially secured din. So ito naman ang free assets. So dito ang free assets, magkano ba yung ito, no? Of course, yung cash. Cash and ano pa? Mhm. Available for priority and unsecured so ito including yung 91,200. So kanto lumalabas 402. Okay. Mhm. Nasaan ba yung priority? So ito yung priority 132. Kukunin natin to 132. Okay, and then uh, yung yung free assets. Yung free assets muna. Identify muna natin yung free assets dito. So, cash. And then, account receivable. And then, yung land. Parang meron pa eh. Yung excess na to, yung 50,000. Actually, magiging ano na yan. Kasama yan, bale. 10, 90, and 250. Tignan ko nga. Ah, tama ba yung ano niya? 10, 90, 402. Hindi, dapat to ano to eh. Parang sobra ng 50. Parang may ano rito. Aha. So dapat kasama na yung 50,000 doon sa taas. Okay, so dapat to 352. Yes, oo. 352,000. Okay. Then, yung sa calcu. So 10,8 plus 91,200 plus 250,000. 352,000. Ito yung 352, no? 352 lang to, yung tatlo. Kaya 402 kasama yung 50,000. So 352 lang yung free assets. So meron tayong 352. Ito. So 352,000 minus. So ilaless natin yung priority creditors. So ang priority creditors 132,250. So 132,000 250. So Alabas, 219,750. 219,750. So may sumobra na assets, no? And then yung the last one is yung unsecured creditors. So yung unsecured creditors, wala na tayong pambangga yan. Diretso yan sa liabilities. So 375,000 to, no? Yung unsecured creditors andito. Yung 375,000. Okay, ito yun, no? 375, yung 210 and 165. Yan. So, ito naman, pag tinotal natin, 269, 269,750. 269,750. So, ito, total is 415,000. 415,000. So, dito mako-compute na natin yung deficiency. So, yung deficiency, okay, so lagay na, maraming mako-compute dito eh. Una, yung dividend per peso. Yun ang unahin natin. So, yung dividend per peso, okay, ito yung 269,750. Dito ko na lang ilagay, no? 269,750 divided by 415,000. So, ito yun, no? So, this is 65. 65% to. Yung deficiency, ito rin yun eh. So, 415,000 minus 269,750. So, yung deficiency. So, dapat to, yung difference ng dalawa, 415. So, kano nga yan? 100, teka, i-ano natin sa calcu. 415,000 minus 269,750. So, 145,250. Ito yung deficiency. 145,250. This is also the difference of the fair value of the asset and liabilities. Ito rin yun. Maraming computation and deficiency. So, yung available to fully secured creditors is 100%. So, dito natin ilagay yung available to fully secured creditors. So, yung fully secured creditors, ang marireceive niya is 100% of the liability of 550. So, ito yung marireceive ng fully secured creditors. So this is 550,000. So, dito sa mga choices, 550. So, dalawa ang pagpipilian natin, A or C. While the fully secured partially secured creditors will receive, ito yung 290,000. 290,000 plus yung 40,000. 40,000 multiplied by 65%. Yan. So, ang dapat answer nito, nasa 300, ito, no? So, 316,000. Okay, so 316,000. And then, we have the priority creditors, 100% ang priority. Ito mukhang mahaba lang pero madali lang to, no? Kasi may mga technique naman ang pwede kang gawin dito eh. Ang priority creditors o yung 100%, 132,250. So, and then ang marireceive naman ng unsecured creditors, okay? So, ang unsecured creditors will receive 65%, no? Ito natin ilagay, 65% of the liability of 375,000. 375. So, ang answer dito, ito, no? 243,750. Okay, 243, 750. So, ito yun, no? Yung letter number 1. Okay. Pero kapag magsosolve ka ng corporate liquidation, ganito muna kasimple. Ang titingnan natin yung choices. Yung choices. Okay. Unang-una, fully secured yan eh. Kapag fully secured, kung magkano yung liability? 550 na agad yan. Tapos, partially secured. Ang partially secured, ang marireceive niya, hindi lang yung hindi lang yung yung asset na 290 plus. Ano yan? 290 plus. So, kaya dito, dalawa lang ang pagpipilian natin. Mali na yung letter A. So, letter C na agad. So, 290 plus yung portion of the unsecured. Yung priority, ito, parehas naman, 132. Lahat sila 132. So, hindi mo na siya poproblemahin. Yung non-priority or the unsecured, yung unsecured, parehas lang din dito, yung 243. So, 243,750. So, minsan dito lang sa choices, titingin tayo kahit hindi pa nasosolve yung problem. So, ang answer dito, letter C. Ayan. Mhm. Letter C. Okay. So, ganito lang ang natin. Dekahon lang siya na ipapasok natin asset, liabilities. So, ganyan lang. Okay, number 2. The balance sheet of 1680 Marketing at August 31 contains the following items. So, ito, no? Meron tayong, okay, mga estimates. Wages payable and property taxes are unsecured priority items that do not exceed the limitation of the Bankruptcy Act. How much is the estimated settlement per peso of unsecured liabilities? So, ganun lang ang gawin muna natin. So, madali lang yan kahit mahaba siya. So, gawin lang natin. Meron tayong, yan, nadekahon lang siya. So, meron tayong assets. Ito yung liabilities. Yan. So, pagpapanggiin natin yung fully secured creditors. Ito yung partially secured. Ito yung free assets minus priority creditors and unsecured. Yun lang yan eh. Total. So, ang tinatanong yung estimated settlement. So, okay. So, start tayo dito. No? First, we need to identify ano yung mga assets. Okay. So, let's start. Ano rito ang fully secured creditors? So, ito yung asset, ito ang liabilities and equities. So, okay. Number 1, the company estimate the 370 is the maximum amount collectible for the account receivable. 370 raw yung AR. Okay, next. Hanapin muna natin yung tungkol sa fully secured. Except for 20% of the inventory that are damaged and worth only 20,000, the cost of other items are to be recovered in full. The land and building have a combined appraisal value of 1.7 and subject to the mortgage and rebates accrued interest. So ito yung fully secured creditors. So lumalabas, ito yung fully secured creditors dito. So 1,700,000 minus, okay, merong ano 1.5 and 1.5 and related accrued interest. So hanapin natin yung accrued interest. Ito yon, interest on mortgage payable. So, ito yung dalawa na to. So, lumalabas, this is the fully secured creditors. Ito yung dalawa. Fully secured creditors. Then yung asset na ito, first lalabas, this is asset pledge to fully secured creditors. Kaya lang 1.7 million ang market value. Ito, asset pledge to fully secured creditors. So, lagay natin dito yan. 1.7 minus 1,650. Ito. So, 1.7 M minus 1.65 M. So, meron pa tayong excess of 50,000. So, that is an asset. Okay. Susunod, partially secured creditors. Okay. Meron bang partially secured creditors? Wala akong makita. So, walang partially secured. So, wala, oh. So, ano na agad parang free assets na agad. Free assets. So, hanapin natin yung free assets. So, yung free assets, eto sa taas, except for ito, no? Lahat. Except for the building. Siyempre, yung goodwill, wala nang value to. Kaya, tingnan natin yung mga value muna. So, ito, zero. Zero yan. And then, yung cash, hindi naman nagbabago yung value ng cash 400,000. Okay? Ang account receivable, ano natin dito? 370,000. So, dapat ito 370. 370,000. And then, ang inventory, yun, 500 dito. Pero pagdating dito, 20% of the inventory are parang yung sa 500,000, 100,000 yun. 100,000, 20,000 na lang. So, lumalabas yung 80%, 400. So, alabas yun, no? So, alabas ito, this is 420,000. 420,000. Parang ito yung 80% of 500,000, no? And then plus yung 20,000, which is 20% na worth 20,000 lang. And then the land. Kano ba yung land? The land and 1.7. Kasama pala to, no? Yung land. Land and building. Oo. The land and building. So, magkasama pala itong dalawa na to. So, asset pledge din to, no? Asset pledge, fully secured creditors. Kasama rito. Okay, next, yung machinery. Machinery, 120,000. So, lagay lang natin dito, 120,000. So yun yung pre-assets. So, 400, 370 for 20, and 120. So, 90, 110. So, magkano to? 4, 12, 13, 1, okay. This, okay. 13, 1.31. Okay, 1.31. Tama. 1.4. 2, 3. 1.31 million. Tapos, ang priority creditors, ito yung priority creditors, 600 and, so ito yung priority, PC and PC. So, yan, 700,000. Kaya dito, 1.31, 1.31M minus 700,000. So, still have, teka, ano to, free assets pala to, no? Okay, dito, X, wala tayong ano, priority, partially secured. Okay, so, dito, 0 yan, 0 and 0. So, this is remaining asset of 610,000. And then, the unsecured creditors. So, dito, yung unsecured, parang yung the remainder, no? Ito, 1,500,050. So, ito, you see, unsecured creditors, ito, and ito. So, 1,650,000. So, papasok lang natin dito, 1,650,000. So, all in all, ito na yung total. So, ang total natin is 660,000 and 1,650. So, 1,650,000. So, ang answer natin is 660 divided by 1,650. So, dapat to is yung 40% to, no? 40%. So, answer 0.4, letter B. Pag tinanong ang deficiency, yung difference lang, 990,000. Yung deficiency. So, okay. Okay, next. Number 3. Yung kamukha ng nasa taas. Tinatanong dito, how much is the net income or loss for the period? So, dito natin. Medyo mahaba-haba to. Okay, ito ka na 4 columns. 4 columns, enough. Yes, yes. Pwede na to. 4 columns. So, unahin natin, no? Ang gagayahin natin itong nandito. So, parang ano lang to, yung inventory, no? Pag parang total available for sale. Meron kang beginning, may purchases, yun lang, may total available. Kaya lang kaibahan niya, bumababa yung at the end. Kasi nga, ang basis natin is the fair value. So, let's start with the assets to be realized. So, dapat yun muna, no? So, ito yung parang beginning inventory. Assets to be realized. So, ang dinadagdag natin dito, parang ito yung beginning, meron tayong assets acquired. Merong dapat dito, merong assets acquired. Yes, ayun, meron. Assets acquired. So, meaning, kapag pinagsama-sama natin to yung dalawa, meron kang beginning plus meron kang purchases. So, yun yung total available for sale mo. So, pero hindi natin lalagay ito na total available, no? 725,000 and 110,000. So, ang total of this is 825,000. Next. So, aside from, so after na parang total available for sale, yun yung total ng 825. Ano nilelas natin para doon sa total available, di ba? Ending inventory at saka yung lalabas yung cost of goods sold. So parang yun, no? Kaya lang dito at fair value. So parang yun yung goods sold. So yun yung assets realized. Ito yung parang goods sold. Assets realized. So yung ending inventory parang yun yung asset not realized. Assets not realized. So yung asset realized 620,000. Ang asset not realized, yeah, parang ito yung 192,000. 192. So 812,000. 812,000. So parang ito yung total available. So ito na lang yung natira. So meron kayong loss. 825 minus 12. So meron tama ba? 835 to. 835 pala to. 825 plus 110. 835 minus 812. So 23,000 loss. So i-identify muna natin. So this is 23,000. Lagyan natin agad ang loss. Okay, susunod. Yung liabilities naman. So sa liabilities, para meron kang beginning, accounts payable beginning, tapos nagkaroon ka ng sa purchases o meron kang purchases on account, may yung total payables. So pag meron kang total payables, dalawa lang ang pupuntahan yan. Either nabayaran mo tsaka hindi mo nabayaran. Yung nabayaran, yun yung liquidated, yung hindi nabayaran, not liquidated. So liabilities to be, ang start tayo, liabilities to be liquidated. Liabilities to be liquidated. So, madadagdagan niya ng liabilities assumed, no? Liabilities assumed. So, parang ito yung nadagdag na liabilities. Okay, so yung liabilities to be liquidated 850. Ito yung 850,000 and then the liabilities assumed is 425,000. 425. So this is the total payable. 1,275. No, 1,275,000. Then compare natin yan dun sa uh, yung liabilities paid, no? Or liquidated. So liabilities liquidated and liabilities not liquidated. Not liquidated. So parang remainder, no? Yung hindi pa nababayaran. So this is ito 912,500 and yung not liquidated ito 308,200. 308,200 for a total of 1,220,700. So, yan. So, dito, ito yung liability mo eh. After, at the end of the period, bumaba. So, merong gain. No? Meron kang gains. Hindi katulad nito, yung una-una, mataas ang asset mo. At the end of the period, bumaba. So, meron kang loss. So, kapag ang liabilities bumaba, meron tayong gain. So, 1275 minus 1,220. So, 54,300. 54,300. So, this is gain. So, aside from this, yung supplementary credits and supplementary charges. Okay. So, meron bang supplementary credits and supplementary charges? Dapat meron yan. Supplementary credits and supplementary charges. Minsan yung 'di ba, sabi ko nga kung ah na-transfer yung inventory work in process, so if i-continue ng trustee yung production, tapos may bebenta yan, no? Ito yung sales, supplementary credits. So dito ang supplementary credits 410, 350. 410, 350. Then supplementary charges, alam ko mataas yun eh. Ayan, 415, 200. So 415, 200. So meron difference ng dalawa, no? Almost 5,000. So minus 150, 4,850. So dito, 4,850. Mas mataas ang charges, loss. So, magkano yung magiging net income? Net gain. Ito na yung net gain. Net, mataas yung gain na 54,300 eh. Ito, 54,300. For 850, 23. 23,850, almost 24. So, okay. This is plus 150. So, 450. 26,450. So, 26,450 gain. Okay. 26,450. Meron ba? Ito, letter C, no? Letter C. Hmm? Ayan. So, 26,450 gain. Sunod. Gain. Ito, madali lang to. Cashless company has the following. Okay, unsecured creditors, liabilities with priority, and then debtor number 1 and debtor number 2. Debtor number 3, okay, mayroon din. The company also had number of assets that are not pledged in any way. The creditors holding debt number 2 want to receive at least 142,000. For how much do these free assets have to be sold so that debtor number 2 would receive exactly 142,000. So, kung titingnan natin si debtor number 2, okay, ito. Si debtor number 2, unahin muna natin, no? Okay. Ang book value, okay, 170 yung liability. But the fair value of the asset is 100,000. Okay. Fair value of the asset, 100,000. So, titingnan natin ang amount received. So, ang amount received equals 142,000, which is equal to yung 100,000 plus yung difference ng 170. 170 minus 100,000 multiply by yung X percentage. Diba? Equals. So, magkano yan? So, ito yun, no? So, ano yung X percentage natin? So kung titingnan natin dito, 42,000 yung missing eh. 42. So 70, 42. So lumalabas 60%, no? Lumalabas 60% to. 60%. So 70,000 multiplied by 60%, 42. So ito yung ano natin, dividend per peso, 60%, no? Ah, nakuha natin, madali na namang ano 70 divided by no, uh, okay, so next. So lahat to dapat makareceive ng 60%. Ano lang siya. So pwede natin i-apply yung algebra dito eh. Yeah, ano natin ang algebra. So for how much do these free assets have to be sold so that debtor number 2 would receive exactly 142. So unahin natin debtor number 1, 210,000. So yung 210,000, that is the liability. Value of the pledged asset is 180. So this is a partially secured creditors. Partially secured. Yeah. Ba't tayo mag-charge ng ano ko? Okay. And then debtor number 2 is also partially secured creditors. While debtor number 3, 120 lang yung liability. But the value of the asset is 140. So higher. Fully secured. Fully secured creditors yung debtor number 3. Okay. So dapat yung the fair value of the asset so equals yung payment sa liabilities. So dapat 'yon, no? So yan na natin. Yung fair value of the asset equals yung payment. So magkano yung magiging payment muna? So ito yung payment. So yung fair value of assets equals yung payment of liabilities. So okay. Nahin natin yung fair value of the assets. Or ito, no? Unahin natin. Ano ba yung mga assets? Ang asset, ito yung tatlo, plus merong free assets. Okay. So, unahin natin yung 180,000. Ano tayong 180,000? O, teka, ito yung fair value ng assets eh. And then, 100,000 plus 140,000. Algebra na yung style ng ginagawa ko. Plus free assets. Yun yung unknown. Equals, ito yung payment ng liabilities. No? Yung debtor number 1 will receive 180,000 plus yung difference ng 180 and 210, 30,000. Multiply this by 60%. Plus, yung debtor number 2, makaka-receive siya ng 142,000. Plus, yung debtor number 3 will receive whichever is lower. Kasi ang ano to fully secured eh. Yung 120,000. Okay. 120,000. So, meron bang iba? The company has a number of assets. Okay, the creditors want to receive at least 142. Meron pa bang ibang liabilities? Priority. So, 110,000. So, ito yan, no? So, plus 110,000 plus yung unsecured. Yung unsecured, 230. So, meron tayong 230,000 multiply this by 60. 60%. So, ito yon, no? So, after that, mako-compute na natin yung pre-assets. Magkano mo maibebenta yung pre-assets? So, ito, no? 180, okay? 320, 420. So, tama. Ito yung per volume ng assets. Wala nang ibang assets naman. Ito lang eh. Tapos yung free assets eh. So, 420, 420,000 plus yung free assets equals. Mhm. Ilan ba yung 60%? Okay, okay. So, 230 plus 30,000, 260. So, 260 times uh, 0.6, then 156 plus 110 plus 120 plus 142, and then plus 180. So, 708,000. So, magkano nga yung ang free assets? 708 minus 420,000. So, therefore, ito yung free assets. Ang free assets, fair value, no? Fair value, selling price equals 708 minus 420,000. So, 8, 8, 8. Okay. 288,000. 288,000. So, ito, tama, 288. So, letter C. Okay. Okay, so tayo para madali-dali. Ha. Okay, next. Payless. Ito, madali lang to. Determine the amount expected to be available for unsecured claims. Available for unsecured claims. So, ganun lang uli ang gagawin natin. Oh, yung dekahon. Okay. Kasi yung unsecured claims, yung total assets na nandun, yun na yun. Yun na yung total ano. So, meron tayong assets and then liabilities. So then, ano lang naman, fully secured, partially secured, and then the free assets and the unsecured. Ito lang naman yan, yung apat na yan. So yung fully secured, okay, unahin natin. Ano rito yung tungkol sa fully secured? Okay. Notes payable secured by account receivable, 1 million. And then 750 lang yung mark ang fair value eh. So partially secured to. Partially secured creditors to. Ito. Magiging partially secured yan. Then yung mortgage secured by all plant assets, 2.8. 2.2 lang yan. So fully secured to. Yan ang fully secured. Fully secured creditors. So ang kapartner niya, ito. No? Sa fully secured. Asset pledge to fully secured creditors. Ito yung asset pledge to teka, yung receivable pala yung isa. Ito, asset pledge to partially secured creditors. So, yun ang gagamitin natin. So, 2.8 minus 2.2. So, dito kayo ilagay, no? 2.8 minus 2.2M. Ayan. So, this is 600,000. Then, partially secured creditors. Ang partially secured, pag pinagbangga naman natin yung dalawa, 1 million. 750 lang yung isa. No? So, 750. So, 750,000 minus 1M. So, liability yan. Meron kang 250,000. Then, sa free assets. Yung free assets, binabangga natin sa priority creditors. So, ang free assets, yung hindi natin nakuha, 200 and 750. Yung dalawa, 950,000. So, may 950,000. So, ilas lang natin yung priority creditors. Ang priority creditors, ito 500,000 minus 500. Minus 500,000. So, this is 450 asset natira. 450,000. And then yung unsecured creditors. So, yung unsecured, ito, uh, yung accounts payable na lang 1.5 million. Yun na lang natitira, no? Unsecured creditors, 1.5 million. So, extend natin dito sa liabilities na yon. 1,500,000. So, pag tinotal natin yan, in total, so this is 1,050,000 and 1,750,000. So, ayan na, no? 1,000,000 and 50,000 and 1,000,000. So, ang tinatanong dito is number 5, determine the amount expected to be available for unsecured claims. So, yung 1,050,000, ito yon, 1,050,000. So, ito kasi yon, yung 1,050,000. Susunod, determine the expected recovery per peso. Yung expected recovery per peso, expected recovery per peso, ito, 1,050,000 divided by 1,750. Yan, 1,750. Sakto yan, dapat yan, 60%. No, alam ko 60% to. 60% or 0.60. So, letter A. And then, the amount of recovery to unsecured accounts payable. Okay, yung unsecured accounts payable, so, yung 1.5 million ang binabanggit dito. So, yung unsecured accounts payable, yung 1.5 million, 1.5 million, multiply this by 60%. So, or 60 centavos, 0.6. So, this is 900,000. So, ayun, letter B, 900,000. So, ayan na, copy. Nare-recall to, ha? So, fully secured, partially secured, free assets minus priority. Tapos yung unsecured. So, binigbabangga lang natin. So, yung difference, ganun lang. No? Yung fully secured, lagi naman sa assets ang ano nun. Partially, laging sa liabilities. Yung free assets, yun ang depende. No? Pwedeng nasa asset, pwedeng nasa liability. So, depende kung mas malaki yung free assets. Then yung unsecured, laging nasa liability. Okay, next is Enron. Okay. Okay. How much would the estate equity account be debited or credited upon the appointment of trustee? Ito yung binabanggit ko kanina. Yung sa journal entries, gagawa tayo ng entries, debit and credit. Meron tayong debit and credit. So, kapag gumawa tayo ng entries, ito lang kasimple yan eh. Gagawa ko ng entries. journal entries, no? Ito yun ang journal entries sa Book of dito sa Book of Enron. Book of Enron. Okay. So debit, ang de-debit niya ano eh, ah debit liabilities. Debit liabilities at book value. Kasi book value naman naka-record sa ano eh. And credit assets at book value. Meaning, ang mapupunta doon kay trustee, yung book value ng shareholders equity. So, debit liabilities at book value and also debit credit asset at book value. So, ang balancing figure, yung estate equity. Pwedeng debit or credit. Depende kung ang mas malaki ang liabilities or asset. So, dito, ito yung book value ng asset eh. 450,000. 450. So, yun ang gagamitin natin, 450. So, credit, book value of asset, 450,000. And then yung liabilities, ito rin yung liabilities, no? 535,000. 535. So 535. So merong balancing figure na credit dapat 85,000. So dito papasok si estate equity. Estate equity. So yung difference, no? 85,000. So gawan din natin ng journal entries, yung books of trustee. So journal entries. Kaya lang ginawa kong journal entries dito, nakasummarize na, no? Books of trustee. Nakasummarize na kasi nga dapat yung asset itemize yan eh. So journal entries, book of trustee. So sa kanya naman ililipat ni company yung asset sa kanya eh. So ang entry niya is to debit assets. Kung ano yung tinransfer sa kanya. So at book value. At book value. So wala pa rito yung fair value, no? Papasok lang si fair value pag binebenta na. Okay, so dito 450,000. So next week gawin natin yung comprehensive, yung number 1 hanggang makita natin paano pag nagbebenta ano yung mga journal entries. Kasi may entries yung dalawa na yan eh sa bawat transaction. So dito pa lang sa una, yung books of Enron, you will notice ang hindi kasama yung shareholders equity. Ibig sabihin hindi pa naka-close yung book of accounts ng Enron dito. May natira pa na dalawa, no? Yung retained earnings and yung paid up capital. Pwedeng share capital with API or share premium. So yun lang ang natitira. So dito naman sa books of trustee, debit asset at 450. Teka. Maliit pala to. Trustee account pala to. Sorry. How would the estate be upon appointment of a trustee? Mali. Sorry. Dito pala ang estate equity. Estate equity. Trustee account pala to. Trustee account. Trustee account 85. Hindi pala pwede magkaroon ng trustee account si trustee. Estate equity siya. So, dito papasok si 85,000. So, dapat ito, reciprocal account yan. Yung trustee account tsaka yung estate equity. Parehas yan dapat, 85. Every movement nitong isa, meron din dito. So, and credit dito, liabilities. Liabilities of 535,000. So, lumalabas, itong kay trustee, yung estate equity, parang ito yung capital account niya. So, pag merong gain, i-credit niya ang estate equity. Kapag merong loss, ide-debit niya ang estate equity. So, magkakaroon tayo ng gain on sale. So, ibebenta ni trustee yung mga asset eh. No, ide-debit niya ang proceeds, credit niya ang book value, and then debit or credit the estate equity for gain or loss. Ayun ang mag-charge ng ayos to ah. Okay. So, ang answer natin dito, debit eh. Debit estate equity, 85,000. So, letter A. Okay. Number 9. Assume that the assets are converted into cash at the estimated current value and the business is liquidated. How much cash will be available to pay the secured non-priority claims? So again, ang tinatanong dito yung asset available, secured, available to pay the teka, okay. How much cash will be available to pay the dapat to unsecured non-priority claims. Okay, mhm. Assume that the assets are converted into cash. So dito natin gawin. So insert 3 columns ulit. So ito yung assets, ito yung liabilities. Itong ganyan lang lagi ang gagawin. Mabilis lang yan, no? Fully secured, partially secured, free assets, and then unsecured creditors. So total. So yung fully secured, balik tayo rito. Ang titingnan lang natin yung fair value. Dito kakalimutan natin yung book value. So yung fully secured 185 minus 130. Ito yan, no? 185, lagay ko na rin, no? 185 minus 130. So 55,000. Then partially secured. So ang partially secured 60,000. Dito 100. So 60 minus 100, meron tayong 40. 60 minus 100, so 40,000. Then free assets. So ang free assets, ito 160, less lang natin si priority 35. 160 minus 35, 125. So 160 minus 35, 125 assets yan. And then yung unsecured creditors, 270. So parang na-capture natin lahat, 270. Pero lang ang tinatanong is available to available to non-priority. Okay. So dito kasi natanggal na natin si priority, no? Dahil sa pre-assets. So ito yung 180. 180,000 and this is 310,000. So ang sagot dito yung 180. Dapat 180, ito, no? 180,000. Okay, next. Greek. Ito yung Greek, no? The information below is related to Greek corporation which is in bankruptcy liquidation as of July 31. Assets which there are no claims amounted to 100,000. So free assets yan. Unsecured claims of all classes, 150,000. Some of the details of the claims, medyo mahirap pala to, no? Mahirap tong problem na to. Okay. Kasi unsecured claims of all classes 150. Some of the details of the claims outstanding are as follows. An unrecorded note for 20,000 with 600 accrued interest. Unpaid salary 6930. A note amounting to 40,000 inclusive of 4,000 interest secured by 50,000 receivable estimated to be 60% collectible. So 30,000 lang ang estimated realizable value of the receivable. So lalabas partially secured to. Partially secured creditors. No? Partially secured creditors to. Yan. Dahil nga dito, no, 30,000 lang to, 50 multiplied by 60. And then a 250,000 note secured by property with a book value of 250 and market value of 280. So 280 tsaka 250, ito yung pagtatapatin natin dyan. So this is a fully secured creditors. So ito, pre-assets yung isa. Property taxes and income taxes payable of 30,000. Priority creditors. So priority. So, okay. Compute the estimated payment to partially secured creditors. Actually, medyo mahirap-hirap siya. So, paano ka ba? Sige, ganun ang gagawin natin. So, yung 4 columns. Uli. Kaya to. No, ilang minutes. Ano na lang tayo. So, kaya naman to. Okay. Okay, so 3 columns. 4 columns. 4. So, ito yung assets. Ito yung liabilities. So, ganun ulit gawin natin. No? Meron tayong fully secured, partially secured, free assets, and then unsecured creditors. Ito yun. So, yung fully secured, ito yung fully secured. No? 280 minus 250. 250 yung notes. So, ligay ko dito. 280 minus 250. So, 30,000. 30. 30,000. Susunod, yung partially secured creditors, lalabas, ano lang ito eh. 50,000 multiplied by 30%. Or 60%, no? 60%. Plus, yung 40,000. Or minus, no? Minus 40,000. So, lalabas, meron siyang deficiency of 10,000 liability. Then the free assets, ang free assets natin dito, yung 100,000. Ito, free assets. Ito yung free assets. Okay, identify natin yung ano yung mga babayaran. So, 100,000 less ang priority claims. So, dito, yung priority, lumalabas, may nadagdag na priority, yung unrecorded 16 salary, 16,930. So, this is minus 16,930 minus, may nakita pa tayo ng taxes kanina, 30,000. Ito. Minus 30,000. Yan. So, lalabas 46. So, 53. 53,070. Okay. So, yung unsecured creditors, okay, dito, meron dito unsecured 150. No, 150. Unsecured yan. Okay lang, basahin pa natin yung iba. Okay. Okay, yung unrecorded note with 20,600. Mhm. So, magiging part din to ng unrecorded eh. So, unsecured din to. Unsecured. Yung salaries na-capture na. Ito, na-capture na. Lahat na ano na pala, na-capture. Yun na lang pala. So, 2,600. So, 170,600. Ito, 170, 600. So, ang total, 83. 83,000 and 70 and 180,600. Ano ba tinatanong? Estimated payment to partially secured creditors. Parang hindi siya eksakto. 83 divided by 180. Okay, so parang ilan nga? 83,000. So ito yung estimated payment per peso. Estimated payment per peso. 83,070 divided by 180,600. So equals 83,070 divided by 180,600, 4,599. So lumalabas 46%, 0.46 round off, no? 0.46. So yung payment for unsecured, partially secured creditors, estimated payment for partially secured creditors. Yung partially secured creditors will receive yung 30,000. Partially secured creditors. So meron tayong 30,000. Ito yung plus. Okay. Ha. Okay. So multiply by point ito, multiply by 0.46. 46. So 34,600. 34,600. Meron ba? 34. Ito, letter C. 34,600. Okay. Mhm. Ayan. Okay, so tuloy natin next week yung corporate liquidation. Sama natin yung journal entries doon sa realization, no? Kasi paano pag binebenta na, anong mga journal entries? So, paano yung settlement, yung payments, no? Yung payment to uh, creditors. Ang gagawa na kasi doon yung trustee. Ano yung mga journal entries? So, gawa tayo ng comparative yung journal entries ng book of the trustee and the books of the corporation. Tapos ito, next ano na to? Aha. Madali na to natin tira. Ito, medyo mahirap to. Yung last number. Okay. So, ang next topic natin after corporate liquidation is joint arrangement. Joint arrangement, yung joint venture, uh, joint operation, and yung accounting for SME ng joint venture.